Hi, welcome to this Eagle City Multifamily show where we talk all things apartments. And today I will be talking about how to invest in apartments and some of the things that we go through in the underwriting and vetting process. Um, but before we get started, I want to say this is not legal or financial advice. It's simply sharing what we do and for entertainment purposes. So let me get started here. So I'm going to go over some of the latest deals that we looked at, that we actually did underwriting on, and we passed. So that's what I'm going to start out with. And so in the past 6 months, we underwrote over 30 deals. And these are some of the deals that we we underwrote. Okay, so, and I'm going to go over some of the details on some of these apartments, and we'll go over some of those quickly, and then I'll tell you more about the investing process. And for your information, feel free to reach out to me at 903-951-7552, or you can book on my calendar at chatwithherb.com and select a time on my calendar for a one-on-one if you care to. And so here are some of the apartments. King's Landings is one of the deals that we underwrote. 64 unit, Mansfield, Texas. And it was built in 1985, and it was actually, we submitted a LOI on this, a letter of intent on this property, did not win it. They probably found someone paying more than us. So, but that's how it works. And the brokers keep sending us more deals, right? And so another one was Spring Creek in Longview, Texas. That's over by Tyler, East Texas. 94 unit. It was 1967 build, so that was pretty old. So that is a little bit out of our buy box. And they were looking at asking 3.75 million on that deal. And one of the reasons was the neighborhood. It was an older deal and not as good of a neighborhood as we like to see. And then Pecan Ridge is another one, 210 unit deal, 1984, which does fit our buy box. That was listed by CBRE, and we passed on that one as well. Stoneleigh, 200 unit deal, 1997 build, in Mesquite, Texas. Great community, also listed by CBRE. And all of these we passed on for whatever reason. Either they were asking too much, someone else willing to offer more than us, or maybe they just didn't sell it right now. Some of the sellers are listing their property to see what people will pay, right? And so we go through our underwriting process as well on the property and on the area around the apartment. Another one, Wheatland Terrace, 297 unit deal in 1970 build, also listed by CBRE in Dallas. Brookside, 288 unit, 1983 build in Arlington, by Marcus and Millichap. Nice property, nice community. And so let's see. I have a couple others here. King's Landing, 64 unit, um, 1985, and that was a great one property. We also looked at 450 unit in San Antonio. That's a little further away, so that was a larger deal. Did pass on that. And by the way, there was we looked at over 30 deals in the last 6 months, and these are some of the properties that I'm mentioning. Ridgemar in Fort Worth, 1984 unit, asking 9.9 million. Some of these we they're asking too much, right? And so our underwriting doesn't pencil out. So one reason I wanted to go over this list of our most recently underwrote deals is simply to let you know what all we look at and what all we underwrite, and some of the reasons we pass on a lot of these deals. See, either they're asking too much, either the financials don't make sense, or whatever other reason, like maybe it's in a poor neighborhood, or maybe it's some other too old, or some other things that don't fit our buy box. There was Candle Chase in Fort Worth, 116 units, 1969 build. That's if it's older than 1970, it's there has to be enough other redeeming factors for us to consider. However, we did underwrite these deals. And Landon in Irving, 134 unit, 1970 build. There's Riverway, 152 units, 1985 build, by Marcus and Millichap. That was down in the Bay City, so that insurance is killing some of those deals down by the coast. Caldwell Courts, 16 units. That's a pretty small deal, but it was right beside another deal that we were looking at. That's why we underwrote this deal. And Candlewood in Garland, there was Brownstone, which was Adelaide over in Terrell, 1967 unit, and Atlas 59 units in Dallas by RMA Brokers. Gateway Apartment, 76 unit in 1970 built in Dallas. Brixton West, 66 unit, Arlington, Texas. Another one we underwrote recently, Albany, Georgia. It's by a broker that we work with some, so we looked at that deal, 176 unit, but we also know an operator in that area that could help with a potential deal like that out of the Dallas area. But we couldn't make it, the numbers work on that deal. So Cadence, 156 unit, by Marcus and Millichap. There's the Caleb, 242 unit in Dallas. Oberlin, 56 unit, San Angelo, pretty far out, tertiary market, less desirable. Central Park, 72 unit. There's Adelaide Flats, 60 units. Lakeside Apartment, 77 units. We did submit an LOI on that deal, by the way, and that one did proceed to contract by another buyer that I guess had a better plan than we did to be able to offer more, because they told us what they how much more they offered, or closed, not closed, but put it under contract at, and it was higher, considerable, but my partners and I just weren't comfortable offering that much on that deal. And there was Sparrow Hill, 216 unit, but that's a new construction. There was some people that we know, so we did our underwriting, but Could not make that one work. Fleetwood Square, 1972, 10.5 million. And so those are some of the deals that we underwrote and looked at recently. And so anyone have any questions, post them in the chat. Be happy to answer anything I have on these deals before we wrap it up here. So go ahead, unmute yourself, ask questions if you care to. And but I just wanted to go over some of the deals that we underwrite. And by the way, that was almost $400 million worth of deals that we went through and underwrote one at a time with our team, and didn't close any of them. Right, it was over 30 deals, between 30 and 40 deals within the last 6 months, probably more like 4 and 5 months. Most of those, the last 4 and 5 months, where most of those deals were looked at very recently. We toured a lot of the properties, did due diligence around the property. So there's a lot of work that goes into underwriting these deals. And we get a lot of education, learning our markets, learning the areas around some of these deals. And so that's one thing that we gain by learning what other apartments are charging, like renting for, what their apartments look like inside, like if they're upgraded or classic, or what their properties and their communities look like. So it gives us a lot of intel on our market here in the DFW area. So although we didn't close on a deal, we didn't get a deal under contract in the last 6 months, we are doing a lot of footwork, groundwork, due diligence, and wanted to let you guys know what we're doing right now, since we're not closing on deals recently. But we will. The deals will get better, and I think they will in the next 12 months. I think we'll or sooner, maybe longer, but I know deals will be coming up in the future. So we'll keep working at it and keep letting you guys know what we're doing, and let you know when deals come up, potential opportunities for investing. So any questions, please unmute yourself, ask any questions, post them in the chat. Be happy to answer any questions on deals, due diligence, and deals that we've been working on recently. So, and if not, we'll wrap it up for today. And hey there, Charles, I see you on. Have you been
I have
looking
no
at
questions for you. I mean, it sounds like you've been doing work. Work is good. Keep it up.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining. Thanks for supporting us, and we'll jump on next week. So, all righty. Again, my number 903-951-7552. And you can book a time on my calendar at chatwithherb.com. You just Google it and book a one-on-one if you care to. And we'll see you next week.